All right, my top three. Bit similar to the other lads, but for me, for clubs to win their first grand finals is always something special. Long time coming for some of these clubs. So I'm going to start off with the Inverleigh one in 2023. I think were favourites. They'd spent a lot of time through 2010, 2020 being thereabouts. Lost a couple, lost a few prelims, but the Inverleigh defeating Thompson in 2023 is my first one.
He's immediately pressured by Leighton Tholborn, but he's got help there in Hussey. Hussey gets the ball out, runs to Casey Moon running through the centre. Short little kick that finds Donoghue. Adam Donoghue has caught one in the solar plexus for his troubles. So he swings, plays on immediately, swings around the left. Not a great kick in. Saligan knocks the ball forward. Grundle fights for it, kicks the ball back very, very cleverly. Finds Jared Love, who just takes his time, chips the ball over the top. Finds Jared Young, who decides he's going to play on. Give the ball to Mason Dixon, who sends the ball into Buckley's. There it is. 12-3, 75 Inverleigh. Thompson 4-8-32. That's it. Morris Finance, final quarter. Nails in the coffin. Fat lady singing. The game is done and dusted. Grubby.
You got plenty to say, Grubby, because that ball's going to take.
Mark Barnett actually didn't quite finish it off at ground level now. Circuit buries through, try to get through one side and out the other. Didn't make it through. Umpire said there's a tackle being laid. We will have a ball up, which will take place 35 out from the Inverleigh goal.
Surely that was a mark, Grubby, wasn't it?
Had a fair whack at it.
Very close, very close.
Ball up now. Jarvis doing the ruck work, takes the ball out of the contest and kicks back towards the point of the square, but reading it nicely was Templeton. He looks back inside, goes short into the hands of Finn O'Keefe. He's got a player outside, and he goes back outside to Jared Love. So Love now looks to deliver the ball further into their half-forward line. Meehan picks the ball up, got round one, went on the left boot, looks to bring the ball back to the top of the square. Numbers back with the Thompson side. They scored centre wing coming up. The mark has been taken out there. Mead Harding. He swings around, goes short, dangerous kick. Because Templeton read that nicely, comes in and takes the mark.
So Jacob Templeton Inverleigh just takes a bit of time off, then looks at his options, goes forward. Playing on immediately here, goes long was Hussey, and I tell you what, that is an absolute ripper. Absolute ripper. That is well and truly it for this season. Another goal to Inverleigh. They move to 13-3.
James Hussey celebrating, but Adam Donoghue went straight to Jared Love then. He was involved in 3 passages there to win that ball and get it free, and Adam knew that. And he was the one who received the accolades, but geez, Hussey's a class player, Grubby. He's shown a lot of that today.
My word is, that was a magnificent.
He's out.
Ball coming back in now. Dalton Grundle didn't tap work. No one actually gets the hand the ball. Tholborn, who has not stopped trying all day, goes long down the line here, but I think she's coming back. So Dixon even takes a bounce, so then has a horrible handball in, sets the pressure up, but there's plenty of time. The ball lands in the hands of Adam Donoghue for Inverleigh, who will go back and have a shot at his third. Distance won't be a problem this time, I don't think, Dale.
No.
I think if he kicks this, the roof might come off the grandstand over there at...
Well, I don't know. He's kicking into the same wind as the other bloke.
Yeah, he kicks more a lot further, those. Adam Donoghue will be kicking this from about 45. Coming in, very, very deliberate. Ball hits the boot, just watching him now, and I didn't even look there. That's a Barry O'Toole special. The celebration started. 14-3-87 Inverleigh. Thompson 4-8-32. 19 minutes ticked over. Morris Finance, final quarter. The boundary line throw-in right in front of the scoreboard here at St Albans Reserve. 21 minutes, Morris Finance, final quarter ticked over. So the ball to be thrown back in. Wilson and Jarvis. Jarvis in front, wins the ball, double fist straight down to the ground. Picked up there by Condi. Condi feeds the ball across. It kept running Inverleigh. They have not stopped all day. Finn O'Keefe drags the ball back in through the middle looking for Robertson. He was beaten to it. Ball forced to Charlie O'Donoghue. The umpires paid a
I
throw.
thought that was a throw.
So Ryan Robertson, who started the game off being reported in the first minute, now has the ball at the nearly 22-minute mark. Just pops the ball up to no one in particular, but I'll tell you what, Hussey's come out, swings quickly onto the right boot. Running in here is Gross. He's taken a mark. Well, Dan Gross almost in the goal square, Grub.
Yeah, he'll kick the distance here with that wind. I tell you what, this is like a birthday present. Dan Gross has been tremendous down back all day and decides to float down and say, hey, I'm going to get myself in the Geelong Addy tomorrow.
You reckon Maury's made a couple of moves, give a couple of boys a bit of fun down forward?
Well, possibly.
Anyway.
Possibly. He's that type of bloke, Maury. He's a ripping bloke.
Dan Gross looking for Inverleigh's 15th, and he's first. Comes back, slots it through. The umpire, bit of theatrics there, goes back to the middle, and Dan Gross has his first of the afternoon. The 15th for Inverleigh. They are 15.595. Thompson 4.832. And we have gone 22 and a half minutes, I think. If I had the, there you go, 22 and a half. If I had the Sir Eric Nichols.
Just first of all, I'd like to congratulate Thompson on their season. Definitely the side we didn't want to come up against today. Look, we were in this position last year, and we bounced back. So good luck for the off season, and look forward to seeing you next year. To Adam Donahue, who laid the foundations for me to come on board later on. You're the one that set this place up, and I just come on later on. To the Inverleigh town and club, it's been a long time coming, and let's enjoy it when it comes home.
Just on finishing, while they celebrate, I'd like to thank Thompson Footy Club for staying out on the ground.
Yeah, at number 2, the Belpost Hill 2010 Grand Final. As I said, clubs win their first flag. It always is a special occasion. And defeating Werribee, which probably makes it even better for me with Grubby sitting beside us. But that is the second one.
Well, Adrian Fantella, and that's going to be a fantastic role today. Obviously, Belpost still have an average winning margin of 50 points over Werribee Centrals this year, so it could be a blowout. Let's just hope that Werribee Centrals have their game faces on today.
And a chance to put the first goal of the grand final on the board. He comes in, left foot kick. He's pretty happy with it too. Straight through the middle. Jamie Pyle has kicked the first of the afternoon.
Ellis, it was really good last week. Started well today on Caleb Basley. So Ellis through the middle of the ground. Short kick going for Teeth. Over the back. Fersen. Unusual match up that one, but the handball comes out to Fletcher. Fletcher on the left foot. Needed to steady and find Caleb Basley. Bounces into his arms. Sniffs back on the right side. Goes right. Tips around Bell. Interception picked up by Holstein. Looks inside. Has a player in Kavka, and Rob Kavka's taken a mark just inside the forward 50 to the troops and
the league this season's been very, very good as well. He's kicked 81 goals in home and away games. So
Jovanovic.
Jovanovic picks the ball up, looks at his options, sends it back to the centre forward position. Lewis tries to trap it. Tadaro's there. Also Cornish. Tadaro, he emerged with it. High tackle from Baird. Wasn't picked up by the umpire. Oh, it's not a good kick, and stepping in to take an uncontested mark is Jamie Pyle. Now, this is within his realms of capability, and he can go back and line up for goal number 3. So he loves this time of the year, Jamie Pyle. The plumber, as he's known, comes in now, will kick from right on 50. Kicks the ball nicely. It's a nice looking kick. And Jamie Pyle in the first quarter has his third, and Belpost Hill now skip away. 4-6-30. They lead Werribee, who are 3 behind. We've gone 24.
But the numbers with Belpost Hill, somehow Baird got it out. Lewis got a quick little kick. Holes fine. The little rabbit in the middle. He does it again. Gets it away to Lewis. Should finish it off. 30 metres out and closing. Bang! Goes goal. And kicks his first of the afternoon. And the fifth of Belpost Hill. 5-7-37. They lead Werribee Centrals 3 behind Commodore Feed Hotel. First quarter scoreboard, 28 minutes played.
So Jenkins from centre wing goes into the half-forward line. That man again, Pyle, needed to give quick hands, went back on the right, got back on the left, went for goal. Jamie Pyle has got goal number 4. Cometh the hour, cometh the man, and Jamie Pyle has got his 4th and the 6th for Belpost Hill. 6-7-43. 3 behinds to Werribee and 29 minutes gone. First quarter. Entertainment Centre scoreboard.
So Lima with the ball at fullback for Belpost Hill. Chips the ball into Sean Lewis, takes the mark. 30 metres out from goal. They just spread the Panthers. He's got Overall short. He goes in that direction, and Symes, they line up. Overall takes the mark at defensive 50. He's got Martin in the middle by himself. He's been standing there for a week and a half. He can't get him the footy on the full, but he still gets him the footy. He turns around to Baird. He's going to be under pressure from Bray, and he's under big pressure. He gets the handball back to Fletcher, who loses it. Teets, he picks it up. He's wrapped up. Todoro under pressure from Moreland. He's wrapped up. Lewis with the turnover for Belpost Hill. He goes towards half forward. Pyle goes up and takes the mark. And will shoot for goal from 40 metres out, slide angle. He's kicked 4 goals already this afternoon, the plumber.
Obviously the midfield, too many players there.
Courtesy of the Moreland tackle, great tackle.
Jamie Pyle puts it through for his 5th of the afternoon. And the 7th for Belpost Hill. They go to 7-7-49. They lead Werribee Central's 2-4-16. Buckley's long towards the goal square again. Holds up. Holes finds Simmons, punched away. And Holes finding the goal square. If it sits for him, it does, but he gets wrapped up. He can pick it back up and go with the right foot and kick the goal. David Holesfind has put his first on the board. And Belpost Hill goes further afield. 8-7-55. They lead Werribee Central's 2-5-17. Buckley's Entertainment Centre second quarter scoreboard.
Classic display of roving at the moment.
Simmons goes towards Hardigan, punched away, front of the pack. There he is again. Holesfind around the corner if you don't mind.
The plumber.
To Jamie Pyle, who's kicked 5 already. This for goal number 6. And the ground, 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. Comes in and has kicked the goal. His 6th of the afternoon. And Belpost Hill got a 9-8-62. They lead Werribee Central's 3-5-23.
Around Smith goes to the pocket. Jovanovic by himself. Bunworth unfortunately slipped over and the mark has been taken by Jovanovic. He'll go back and shoot for goal. Frankie on the boundary.
And he misses the footy. Baird doesn't he? Gets it out wide towards that man again.
No.
Here he is, Jamie Pyle for goal number 7 in the first half. And he puts it through. 7 goals, Jamie Pyle. 10 goals, Belpost Hill. 10-13-73. And they lead Werribee Central's 4-5-29. Body Chris Moreland. Hasn't troubled the scorers yet this afternoon. He bends it around and
he's got it.
The goal umpire comes back to the middle and says all clear. So Chris Moreland puts his first on the board. The 12th for Belpost Hill. 12-14-86. And they lead Werribee Central's 4-5-29 to Grandy Cycling Sport. Third quarter scoreboard, 8 minutes.
And Sean Simmons is going to take the resulting free kick. So Sean Simmons has the ball in the back pocket. Has Smith short, and it needed to be good because he had numbers around him. There's not much movement after that. Devon Ellis is still short, so now Smith decides to go long and up the middle of the ground. Lewis and Bray, but Sean Lewis takes the mark for Belpost Hill. So between their centre half forward and centre position, Sean Lewis just chips the ball over the top. Kavka again in space by himself. Can go wide to Fletcher, but changes his mind there. McNamara just slipped into the hole. Symes is also there, but looks like he's been directed by Pyle to go long to the goal square. So Rob Kavka, I reckon it's just outside his range. He loads up there. It's a nice looking kick. He's gonna nice looking kick. It's a great looking kick. And Rob Kavka, he kicks a goal. His first of the afternoon. He's been trying for a while, but 13-16 to the Belpost Hill side, 94.
Werribee Central's 4-5-29.
How about that one?
Yeah, that's better.
Just to add to what Frankie said there, McNamara comes down, but Hall's chasing him. Normally could catch him in his sleep, but obviously he's one of those players that went in under an injury cloud.
So the ball's been brought back in quickly, but it's gone straight back into the forward line. Barton picks the ball up, and Timmy Barton mightn't have done much today, but he's kicked his first goal for the afternoon, and Belpost Hill.
Brent Gergich at three-quarter time. What do you have to say, Frank?
Look, Brent's message was pretty clear, boys. Don't stop. The game's not finished. Don't celebrate anything yet. We've worked too hard to, even start celebrating yet, and let's just finish the game off. So he spoke really well.
Thanks to Frank and to Grubby at three-quarter time, listening to Brent Gergich and David Leach, the coaches. And Cal, it's been an awesome effort from Belpost Hill.
Tobin now has time to steady, spins around, a nice flat kick. McNamara's in that space again. I think he owns that spot forward to the 50, and the ball goes in long. Oh, there's a push there against Devon Ellis.
Jace.
And Jamie Pyle is going to go back and shoot at goal number 8. So Jamie Pyle is a good kick of the football, and I won't say he won't kick the distance. It's getting late in the game. Flag still flapping out there. But he's a great chance to put goal number 8 and finish a good, excellent game of football, I suppose.
pretty good.
Jamie Pyle, 7 in the first half, loads up, goes long, goes long, and it's through for a goal. Jamie Pyle, 8.
The pack, Brad Martin goes inboard. Great kick. Look at that. Beautiful to Pisano by himself in the middle. Runs free. Right foot kick long to Pyle. He's got 2 on him now. Simmons gets across there. Pyle off the back. Goes in now. 45 and closing for goal number 9. Jamie Pyle has
first hand up, wasn't paid by the umpire, fed it out. Lime is there in support, can step back inside to Lewis if he wants to, decides to go to the goal square, goes long, player at the back, Jovanovic, I think it's run through for a goal. I think Lima has kicked a goal, he has. His first goal is the 21st for Belpost Hill, 21-23, 149, 610, 46. I'll give it to you, Cal, that's 103 points. And I wouldn't have split it in 100 years that would have been the result at the start of the day. But you've done
Latchley to line of the last goal scorer. Got Gergich wide. Give it to the coach. He's been smiling all term. Just takes the mark. Brent Gergich.
Half it in his hand when he kicks the siren goes, I think. Grubby.
So, boys, I know you're probably going to look at Holzfind and Pyle for kicking all those goals, but I can tell you what, that Martin up the back line has been sent.
The mark, left half forward, and there's the siren. And that is the grand final victory for Belpost Hill. 21-23, 149. They've defeated Werribee Central 6-10-46 for their first ever senior GDFL premiership. And the goal scorers this afternoon, Dale.
Yes, for the winning side, 8 to Jamie Pyle, 3 to David Holzfind, 1 to Caleb Basley, Sean Lewis, Tim Barton and Shane Lima, and Chris Morland. And for the Werribee side, their 6 goals, 2 to Travis Johns, 1 to David Leach, 1 to Nathan Lovell, Simon Calvert and Blake Pilkington.
Righto, boys, we have to pick
well, boys, the sensational effort probably started 3 years ago, but big great season, and it just shows a lot of hard work, training Tuesday, a little bit of professionalism, and that's what's happened to us. So, over the last 3 years, we've lost 2, one today, obviously, so took ourselves.
Waiting, finally, first premiership for Belpost Hill. How does it feel to be that coach?
Oh, it's obviously personally it's massive for me, but it's more to do with the players out there, and like obviously the 22 players that played, and there's about 4 or 5 blokes that missed out, and as I said, over 33 years, there's a lot of guys that have missed out, so it's really a big thing for them and a big thing for the club.
Yeah. When you sort of saw the team list today, Werribee, they brought a lot of injured players back, and you just seemed to get on top of them early. Piley was really good for you.
Yeah, Paul is excellent again. I think he's kicked 14 goals in 2 weeks against the same team, so he's massive for us down there. He's hard to match up on. But, going to the game, they'll bring 5 or 6 players back in, but all good players. So you never to go in there and think, oh, they're injured, they're not going to do anything. So you got to take them on face value and how they perform throughout the year. They're all good players, as I said. They've got a good team, but they're probably a little bit underdone with their injuries and that sort of thing, the way they finished off the year, which is unfortunate for them.
And in the end, do you think it was down to your structure or just the team's mental strength, or you just knew you had the talent at the start of the year to get it done?
No, well, it was a bit touch and go early in the year. We were 3-3 early on in the year, so I think we just clicked into that game style that we've been working on for probably a couple of years now, and it was just about getting the right 22 playing. We probably had 6 or 8 or 10 players who were as talented or more talented that weren't playing in the twos, but just weren't able to adjust to the game style. So it was just about getting that. And once we got the 18 or 20 blokes that were switched on and able to play like that, it seemed to work in our favour.
And undoubtedly, my favourite, I've said 3, but this is the one for me, was no doubt the 2007 grand final. We heard Grubby talk about how it might have been a bit different, but for a club that hadn't had any success in its 40-odd year history of the side. Belmont to get up by 4 points certainly was a fantastic effort, and ranks as probably the greatest moment of my sporting career of being involved with the club. But absolutely, that is the top of the lot of them, mate.
Bounces awkwardly. Canavan, can he come back? He can. He's tackled. Gets a handball to Williams, who's run forward. Now the handball comes to Carson. Open goal, begging for the Belmont Lions side. Tom Carson. He doesn't miss too many of those. And Carson has brought the Belmonts with a kick. Williams is a contest, but Tom Carson takes the mark, dribbles the ball, the goal square, and that's leveled the game up once again. As Carson kicks his second goal for the Belmont.
There's only one sitting in the box. So ball's now back in the centre of the ground. Ruckman go at it. Sinclair knocks the ball down. Chamberlain with strength stays over the top of the ball, but Williams is underneath him. Gets the ball out the back door. Players now converge on it. Ball's continually be tapped forward. This time Baker goes off the ground, leading in the race to the ball. It's picked up there by Coy. Goes back to his brother, and now he spins around, goes towards centre half forward. The target will be Sinclair. Sinclair stands under the ball. Should be a free kick. The umpire there, player from Belmont, didn't have his eyes on the ball, but it's been a mark paid to Sexton. Across half back, he plays on, comes wide. McCormick's the target. Baker over the top. McCormick stays on his feet, does well. Now he's bundled off to the hot spot. Hoey across the front. Chamberlain's there. No, it's not. It's Hildebrand. Ball comes out. Only player there is picked up there, and it's spun around there. It's Baker. Baker steadies. Run towards goal. Kicks a goal. Simon Baker.
Through the middle. Long kick to centre half forward. Mullins drops the mark. Picked up by Carson. Carson doesn't miss these too often. And he's kicked another one, Tom Carson. That's 3.
Stands a mark. He goes long. Canavan's a target. Mullins dragged off the ball by arm. Hands in the hands of Warren. Warren round the corner. Running in the goal square. Runs towards goal. Danny Warren has kicked the goal, and Belmont Lions are in front. So Danny at Gaffney. Can't reach it. There it's all over. It's all over. The Belmont Lions have won the 2007 Grand Final.
Final scores for season 2007 in the Grand Final. Belmont Lions, 11 goals, 672, have defeated East Geelong 9-14-68. So a 4-point victory in the 2007 season to the Belmont Lions, and congratulations to the Lions, their first ever Grand Final, their first ever premiership obviously, and a fantastic performance. East Geelong players.
First of all, I'd just like to thank Geelong for putting up a really game effort, especially with one man in the last quarter. Really tough game for both sides. We were glad to get over the line. It was really hard fought. I want to pass on my condolences to the blokes who missed out on our side. It's been a long year, and everyone's worked hard to get where we were, especially for the last half of the year. It didn't come without putting the effort in. Right on. Great tribute to the players who did all the work. Great tribute to the club for supporting us, and thanks to all the supporters for coming out and backing us.